Hi there, Sofia here from CoachSofiaFitness.com, and today I want to show you a few amazing exercises that you can do using resistance bands to train and strengthen the posterior chain. It's going to be focused on the hamstrings as well as the glutes. So if you have a resistance band or one of these, there are a few exercises that you can actually do with these bands to strengthen and train your legs at home. The reason I'm making this video is because I know that not everyone has access to dumbbells and kettlebells at home, and while you can do body weight stuff, but it's always a good thing. But it's always good to have some other variations, and the resistance bands particularly, they're very useful because they provide a different kind of resistance, and they usually make the exercise more challenging on the way up. So when you're doing, for example, a bicep curl, you know how at the end when you're all the way up, this is the easiest part of the exercise. With the resistance band, on the other hand, when you are curling the band up, the top part becomes the hardest. So it provides you with a different kind of challenge and resistance. So the very first exercise that I want to show you is a deadlift. Alright, so what you're going to do is you're going to place the band around your neck. You're going to pull with your hands, and then from here you're going to bend down like a hip hinge. You're going to perform a hip hinge without rounding your back, and then just grab the band with your foot, slide to the other side. So from here, just keep your core engaged, keep your glutes engaged. Just use your hands to lower the pressure on your neck, and then up, squeeze your glutes, pinch. So again, it's a very challenging exercise, but it's different than the normal deadlifts in a way that the exercise gets more challenging on the way up and easier on the way down. If you have a lighter band that offers less resistance, what you can do is you can do the same thing but use the exercise as a squat, and you can have a wider stance. So the next exercise, I'm going to be using the same band. Pull the band in the middle so that you have more resistance at the top. So from here, again, keep your core engaged, glutes engaged, and we're going to go into to perform the sumo squat. So again, different type of resistance. Easier at the bottom, but harder at the top. Anchor one of these bands into something heavy. I'm just going to be using my sandbag here, and I'm going to have the heavy kettlebells in front of the sandbag. So I really don't have anything I can anchor this to that won't fall down. So this is like me just being creative and figuring out solutions. I'm gonna be placing some heavy weights in front of the sandbag because I noticed that when I'm pulling, the sandbag is not heavy enough, so I'm actually pulling the sandbag with me. So I don't want this to move. So I'm hoping this will be enough. I'm gonna be placing more weights on the sandbag. And again, depending on how hard you want the exercise, of course, depends on how far away you are from the point of where the band is anchored. Go forward. Just be careful because we don't want the arms to be pulling the band. All the movement should be coming from the legs. So again, core engaged, glutes tight, back straight, and then just with your back, you want to make sure that your lats are also engaged, so pull down. Breathe into your belly. So hinge at the hips and pull. Hinge at the hips. Squeeze. So you want to make this exercise harder, just move forward a little more. Notice how my arms are not moving. I'm just pushing through my legs. So the next exercise I want to show you is a squat to lat pull. This is also a great way to practice your squats. If you're having a problem getting down into that full squat without feeling, without compensating or falling back, you can really practice the squat. You can even do some biceps exercises while you're squatting. We are going to be engaged in the lats. The glutes and the lats, they work to stabilize the pelvis. And they are connected to a fascia that's in the back. So when you are doing any squatting movements, make sure that to engage your lats in some way. And this is a great exercise to do that. I'm actually really trying to work on my balance for this exercise since I broke my toe. So this is a great exercise to train and strengthen and also develop your balance. My right leg is just way harder. I'm finding it really hard to maintain balance on my right leg. But it's important to train, and through these corrective exercises you can really regain balance. You just have to train the body and the muscles and the nervous system and challenge it. Make sure to keep your glutes tight and core engaged, because your core will help stabilize the body. So as much as possible, you want to always work the muscles together. So a lot of these hamstring exercises will also engage your glutes. And if you feel your glutes working, you're doing it right. Like, don't think that you're only supposed to be feeling it on the hamstrings. That's not how muscles work. A lot of these exercises are actually full body exercises. So as you work in the hamstrings, you're going to feel it in your core, the back, the glutes, everywhere really. While there are some prime muscles that will do the bulk of the movement, all of the other muscles around are also working to stabilize, to help that muscle to do work. Because a lot of these exercises may seem like they work the glutes as well, but I just want to let you know that yes, they work the glutes and the hamstrings, because the hamstrings and the glutes, they like to work together, and that's just how the body works. When you're doing these exercises with the band, make sure that you're going slow on each repetition and focusing on contractions. Again, it's different than weights. So, I mean, as long as you are doing the exercises with proper form, working out with bands is pretty safe. So just make sure that you're not bending, so you're not rounding your back. If you feel pain, that you take a break and you don't push through the pain. And of course, before you do this, make sure that you do some foam rolling to release the hip flexors, to make sure that you engage your glutes fully. Because as I said in my last, I think one of my previous videos, if you don't release the hip flexors, they will inhibit the glutes to fully contract, and we don't want any compensation happening. If after these exercises you're feeling lower back pain, that means that you did not engage your glutes and your core fully. So I will link to a few videos below to help you practice deep core activation and deep breathing. You really need to practice that because you don't want to load the body. You don't, like, always ask yourself, is your body prepared for what I'm asking it to do next? So get your body prepared with the right warm-up routine, with the right corrective exercises before you go ahead and start loading the body with more weights or challenging it. As always, I will have a full blog post. I will link to it below this video with the exercises breakdown and some additional tips and advice. Usually when I'm writing and typing the blog post, I'll come up with new ideas, so I will include them there. So always make sure to check the blog posts related to my videos, because chances are they will contain more information about the exercises. So I just want to say that here. And if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.